A memorial service was held in nearby Slavochich, a town built specifically to house people displaced by the radiation. An explosion at the nuclear power station released more than 8 tons of radioactive material. 31 people were killed and millions more exposed to dangerous radiation. Well, since the disaster, various studies into the possible health effects have come up with different conclusions. From Kiev, Jonah reports on how children in particular are paying the price for what happened all those years ago.
They're described as a new generation of Chernobyl victims. Some are orphans, others the children of sick parents, some are sick themselves.
The gastrointestinal tract suffers the most, then it's cardiac issues. We even have children with birth defects. There's a boy without an ear. We have kids with cleft lip. And it's all connected to the Chernobyl disaster.
Tetiana Kunitska runs a Kiev-based charity called Children of Chernobyl, dedicated to those she says are suffering the indirect consequences of the nuclear disaster 30 years ago. The files contain details of parents who lived and worked in or around the site at the time. They also contain state medical documents confirming a link between the child's condition and exposure to radiation. One such victim is 14-year-old Maria Shulga, born with fluid on the brain or hydrocephalus. Her father Volodymyr had volunteered to help in a mass clear-up operation of the Chernobyl area involving more than 200,000 people.
Yes, I do feel responsible. But I wasn't thinking about that then. The fact that she was born like this, the doctors agree that this is the outcome. She didn't become like this on her own. Her mother, my wife, was never in that place. Tell them. She hadn't been or worked there, right? Yes. Our mama had never worked there. The character of her illness is consistent with the impact of radiation on the body. The doctors proved that.
Maria's mother gave up work to care for her. The state pays a Chernobyl-linked disability benefit of just $100 a month. The family depends heavily on Tetiana's charity. People like Tetiana walk an increasingly lonely road. Hers, one of a small number of charities operating here in Ukraine, trying to help some of the many thousands of people still suffering the after effects of Chernobyl, and doing so 30 years on with dwindling interest from donors and no direct help from the government whatsoever. For Tetiana, there is added poignancy. She was among the bright young people who, like pioneers, were living in the Soviet model city of Pripyat when Chernobyl's reactor 4 blew up.
We woke up and went outside to play with the kids. No one told us that we shouldn't go outside, that we shouldn't play with our children outside.
Her daughter, 5 at the time, has since suffered a series of unexplained miscarriages. Her sister died of lung cancer, which helps explain why Tetiana has given the rest of her life to the child victims of Chernobyl. Jonah, Al Jazeera, Kiev.